It's like, let's go be people again, not just parents. And that's a critical thing, guys, when as you age into a marriage, and it keeps going. I think where a lot of people end up faltering is when you're unable to, because of schedules in life, when you're unable to engage with the other person in a romantic way, and that's not at all sexual, just the idea of remembering why you guys hung out with each other, you start to be parallel rather than intertwined. You live this parallel life. And the thing with parallelism in a long-term relationship is it'll eventually drift. You'll get into comfortable routines and they'll just drive you a little bit away. And then suddenly you'll find that, you're not hanging out and talking and you're having trouble communicating where you never used to, and things get confusing. And if you don't catch that early and make the practice of relationship, then what you end up doing is forgetting how that was done. And some people never make it back. And you find a lot of divorces happen at these specific timelines in people's lives. And there's reasons that those timelines are common places of separation. 10 years being a very common one. 7 years is another common one. The reasons for that are because people get into these rhythms and these tracks, and then they don't catch what's going on. And so I know some people are like, once I do this portion of life, I'm gonna just do this the whole time. You can't like predict what it's going to be, and I can't tell you like what it will be that you go out and do, or how you find that romance, because it's going to be individualized. But like, the stuff that we used to do before we had kids, we want to get back to doing. And this isn't like salacious. We used to take trips up to the mountains in Colorado, and then it stopped being plausible to take kids into blizzards where you might get stranded. But just finding those things and reigniting that stuff is so damn critical. And if you're not doing it, you'll find that I've talked to so many people who have been divorced, and it was literally, our marriage was kind of going, and then all of a sudden he or she just said, I want out. And it's like, they're like, what the hell is that? Like, what do you mean I want out? And they're like, I want out. You can't let it get there, guys. You can't, because coming back from that is something most people can't do. Once that decision is made and on the table, they're done. And the final point is, like, I don't ever want to misrepresent things. Someone said, Nick getting divorced. No, but there are times where we have been severely distant and apart, and bringing that back together is not accidental. It is not like, oh, well, things will just kind of work out. They're not going to work out. You have to work them out. And there were times last year where it was very much out and back, disconnect, reconnect. And I can tell you from experience, there have been multiple times in our marriage where you wake up and you're literally a different person, and so are they.